Beautiful shloka. Yatha prithivya moshadaya sambhavanti. How naturally plants grow out of soil. Yatha kesha purushat kesha lomai, like the hair grows on our skin. Tatha aksharat sambhavatihi vishwam, it says. That is how from the imperishable, this perishable world has come into existence. Wonderful example. That is what he is saying. I am only everything, see me in all. Vedyam, Pavitram, Omkaram, Riksam, Yujurevacha. All the Omkara, all the Vedas, everything is me only, me only. There is nothing other than me. See me in everything is the idea. Gatir Bharta, Prabhu Sakshi, Nivasa, Sharanam Suhrat. Beautiful shlokas. Gatihi, I am the ultimate destiny for all. All rivers, Akashat Paditoyam, Sagaram Pratigachati. All the drops from the sky have to reach the ocean someday. As I said, from the routes that are longer or shorter, turning, twisting or straight, everybody has to reach the divine at the end. So we are all on a journey. The question is how soon? Whoever puts more efforts and stays focused reaches faster. Like the hare and the tortoise story is there, right? The tortoise is slowly walking, but it's reaching destination. This rabbit gets distracted, sleeps off halfway. So that is the story of our lives. Our spiritual progress is like that. That's why it's slow and steady. Shanaihe, shanaihe. Slowly, slowly you do. Don't try to become jnani next morning. Many children, today Swami told, Atma Jnana is so easy to attain. Anytime it is realizable, I'm going to sit now for meditation. In 10 minutes it should come. Somewhere I read the joke, oh, inner peace, come. I don't have all day. No, this is our meditation methods. Sit down and expect peace to come in 10 minutes. So Gatir, I am the destiny of all. Bharta, I am the sustainer, nourisher of everybody. Because of me, see, we are sitting here, all that lunch we have eaten, who is digesting within us? We are not putting any extra effort. In fact, we are breathing. Do we even realize that we are breathing? We are putting any effort? No. Our heart is beating from the moment we are born till the end. Not for a second it stops. It goes on working. Our blood flows. Everything happens automatically. Do you think it's all automatic? No. There is this consciousness, there is this prana shakti which makes it happen. Prano hi esha sarva bhutair vibhati. Everything is that prana. And that prana is nothing but the Lord, the consciousness. So that is the idea. Sakshi, I am the Prabhu and the Sakshi. I am the Lord of everything. I am the witness also. I own everything. Many people come and say to me, Swami, this is yours, we are giving it to you. Right attitude. It was in our custody, now it's going back to you. Right attitude. But those who do not understand this, that I am the Lord, what will they do? We are giving you. Now that ego comes with it. Sense of doership comes there, which is not a good offering. Many times I have refused offerings. Many times people forcibly send things, and you ask this boy, they'll be lying in one corner till one day I decide to give it away to somebody. Because it's not being given with pure feelings. No, it belongs to you. It was with us, now it is with you. That's the feeling I love to accept. Otherwise, Krishna was there, he went to Duryodhana's place, to negotiate, to compromise, war negotiation. What happened? This Duryodhana, in fact, he was so particular that what should happen. He tried to bind Krishna only, to imprison him. And anyway, after all that, he says, come and stay in my palace. Dhritarashtra says, come to my palace. Bhishma says, come to my palace. He goes nowhere. Where does he go? Goes to Vidura's hut. And what does he eat there? Bananas. And that Vidura is so lost in devotion that he is feeding him the peels and throwing the fruit out of the window. And Krishna is eating that peel out of devotion. That is also going to come now. And he says, I am the Nivasa, I am the resting place, final resting place for all. Sharanam, I am the refuge, ultimate refuge for everybody, the sinner or a saint, I am the refuge. Suhrut, I am a good friend, good-hearted friend. A friend in need is friend indeed. He is the friend who will be always there when we need him. That is why he is Suhrut. Prabhava, Pralaya, Sthanam, I am the beginning and the end, the cause of the beginning of things and the end of things. Sthanam, I am also the very foundation on which everything rests. Then Nidanam, Bijam, I am the rest in everything. I am the Bijam Avyam, I am the beginning. Why is Krishna going on glorifying that supreme Godhood? Last time I mentioned, unless we know the value of something, we don't develop respect and love for it. When we know who this person is, what is his glory, then we develop respect and love. So first time Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, see who am I, who I truly am. Know that, so that you develop that respect. That's why I keep telling our teachers, you have to help children develop a taste for God. They have taste for the world, but they don't have taste for God. How do we develop taste for God? When you tell them about glory of God, stories of God, what God does, how God is, how compassionate, loving, kind. He is the friend, He is the mother, He is the father, He is the grandfather also in this case. He is everything to us. When we go on telling children like this, they will try it out. They will pray, then they will have some experiences. That will further cement their faith and love. So to develop love for something, we must tell the qualities of that thing to the person. Otherwise, like a monkey holding a diamond in his hand, it won't know what it is meant for. So we have to help children, help devotees understand who God truly is and what is the role of God in our lives. When we do that, then they develop love. So just to make devotees develop more love for the supreme idea of Godhood, Krishna is going on saying things out of compassion. Again he continues, tapamiham varsham nigraham utsrujami cha amrutam chaiva mrityuscha sat atsachaham arjuna. Beautiful. He says, both pairs of opposites, I only am. If you say this, the screen is not you, Krishna says, no, that is also me, because the very screen is made of me, not just the reflection. The screen itself is made of me. Because I am the material cause, I am the instrumental cause, I am both. So therefore it is also made of me. And he says, tapami aham, all the tapas that we do. Also, tapa means heat, and varsha, rain. Everything is me. Whatever happens around you in the nature also is me. Utsujami nigrahami. I only make it come out, I only restrain it. So if you have too much rain, you know who is controlling, who has the button. And if it's no rain, who is doing it also you know. It's all under the same great divine power. Amrutam chaiva mrityuscha. I am only the immortality, I am only death also. That's why I say don't run away from death. See God in death also. Why? What is God trying to do? He's trying to, like if your body is too old and is too bad, suppose your clothes get torn, what do you go and tell your parents? I like these clothes, I'll go on wearing it. No, you say, these clothes are torn, can you give me a new pair? Shoes are torn, can you give me a new pair of shoes? Or a pencil or a pen is broken, can I get a new pencil or a pen? Don't we ask for new things when the old things wear out? Same thing is death. Bodies are worn out, no more useful. We request God, I have still work to do, I have to continue, so please give me another body. It's as simple as that. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya. That is the idea of our scriptures. It removes the fear of death. Why? God says, see me in death also. I'll be there to receive you and take you with me. Itna to karna Swami jab pran tan se nikle. Pitambari kasi ho, chavi man mein wo basi ho. Hoto pe bas hasi ho. This is the prayer of a devotee. Be there when I am about to leave this body. Come to receive me with a smile. What a beautiful thought. So I am in death also, because destruction is important. If destruction does not happen, creation cannot sustain itself. And every day, thousands of billions, we have billions of cells, thousands, billions of cells are getting destroyed every day, and new cells. In 7 days, our whole body actually gets rejuvenated and replaced by new sets of cells. So death is constantly happening within us. Has our childhood not died? Our childhood has died. That's why we have become youths now. But are we sad about it? We didn't want to be youths. We want to be youths. Then similarly, youth also will die, and then we will attain old age. Similarly, old age also will die. We will attain a new birth. So this is the process. So somebody who sees it like this is not afraid. So Krishna says, see me in that. And Amrutatvam, the immortal feeling of not imperishable, that Atman also is me only. See me in both Sat, Asat. Just now I told Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. But at the same time, Jiva Brahma Iva Napara. That is the idea. Yes, it is false, but that falsity also is created by me only. So see me in that also. Like mother's love also is mother's, anger also is mother only. See me in both. Depends on situations. So try to see me in everything is what Krishna is trying to say. No other scripture, no religion, no philosophy talks like this. It's the only in Sanatana Dharma that such statements are made. He says, Traividya mam somapa puta papa yagye rishtva sargatim prarthayante. All those who do all the kinds of rituals, they read up all these Vedas and Karma Kandas, and 3 Vedas, they pull out all the Karma Kandic rituals and do worships all the time. For what sake? They become pure, definitely they become sinless, he says. After having received the prasadam of the yajnam, then they eat that or drink that soma rasa. In the old time, that's how it was. They become pure. But what do they pray for? They pray for Swarga, to go to heaven. I don't want to go to hell, take me to heaven. That is the whole idea. But what happens? Te punyam asadhyam surendra lokam ashnati divyan divi deva bhogan. They go and enjoy the heaven. We have this concept of heaven. Even remember, Nachiketa's father was wanting to go to heaven and enjoy life, but he was giving all bad cows, and by doing bad things, how can you attain good results? That was Nachiketa's problem. So Nachiketa goes to Yama and tells, my father wants to go to heaven and stay there for long. And Yama teaches him Trinecheketa Agni, that yajnam. So like these people strive for yajnas. Why? Because they want to go to heaven after death. And what happens there? They enjoy there, it seems. Modate Swargaloke, it is said. You enjoy there, Nashna, Pipasa, no hunger, no thirst, no problems that we experience over here. Everything is happy there. That is the idea. So people want to go there. So they say some people do all these kinds of things to go there. But what happens to them? After having enjoyed that, Tetam Dvuktva Sargalokam Vishalam Shine Punya Martaloke Vishanti. Once their credits, Punya gets over, they again have to come back to same Mrityu this world only. This is the final exit. So this is the idea that, so don't run behind this Swarga and things like that. He says, all these people, whatever they pray for, Trayi Dharma Anuprapanna Gatagatam Kama Kama Labhante, they attain whatever they need to attain. But what they attain, Gata Agata, that which comes and goes. They don't attain permanent state, impermanent. So they will go to heaven, they will enjoy everything, but they will again fall down into the same earth. That's why I keep telling many of people here are yoga brashtas. They are all there in previous lives, done enough tapas punyam, but many of them also enjoyed the swarga or higher lokas. But what's the use? You're back again over here. It's like after a good summer holiday, you come back again to the class. So here the whole problem is, I don't want to come back to the class. I want to graduate once for all and get rid of this whole problem of learning, unlearning. So that is why Krishna is encouraging him. So what should you do? There are people who worship me in so many ways. They do yajnas, they do read mantras, they go to do sadhana in the Himalayas. What is the easiest way? So sweet. Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Those who worship me continuously think of me, Ananya, with a single pointed, continuously think of me. What happens? Paryupasate, not upasate. Upasana means just worshipping. Paryupasana means with a certain sense of surrender. It's a higher kind of upasana. See, we remember all kinds of devotees are there. Who are there? Jnani, Arti, Artarti, Jignasu. These are those Jnani Bhaktas, like Prahalada, who do not worship Lord for the sake of getting some material gains, like Dhruva or Nachiketa or Markandeya. Prahalada. So they remember me and worship me all the time. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. These are declaration by Krishna. And God's words cannot fail. He says, those who do like this, what do I do for them? He says, nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Always, at all times, I will look after their welfare. Yoga kshema. Yoga means procuring. And kshema means preserving, protecting. This is what we do in our lives. First we want to earn something, gain something, then we want to protect it. Whole life goes in this only. But Krishna says, don't you worry about all these things. Don't you run behind. I will take care of you. You become my responsibility. Your problems become my problem. You don't worry. Like a baby in mother's arms. Mother has to worry when the baby has to be fed what. Mother has to figure it out what the baby wants next. And mother makes all the efforts to take care of the baby. Baby makes no efforts. So if you become like a child, always thinking of your mother, you will become one with the divine, and the divine will look after all our material as well as spiritual needs. This is the simplest thing to do. Do you think all this is possible for us? Do karma kandas, jnana kandas, upasana kandas, forget all this. Simple, surrender. But surrender is not easy. I have seen people surrender on Monday, again surrender on Wednesday, again surrender on Sunday. So I know this surrender is not such a straight thing, because people keep tending to surrender every now and then. Like Mark Twain's joke is there, no, quitting smoking is very easy. I have quit it 100 times. Like that. I have surrendered 100 times. Surrender is very easy. No, surrender happens only once. Once you have surrendered, there is no going back and saying, now I am taking back everything. I will come back to you again and surrender once more. People very loosely use this word surrender. And whenever they tell me I have surrendered to you, I just smile within. I think this is what you told last visit also. What they can tell me is that I stay surrendered, that is okay. But you can't surrender again what already is mine. You're giving it back to me. It's not true. So this kind of surrender who develops, they become God's responsibility. That's why I tell our children, stop worrying about your future prospects. Stop worrying about what you learn, how will your parents live, what can you do for them. Just leave the responsibility to the Lord. Just become simple-hearted, surrendered instruments of the Lord and see how your life changes. And this I say with the authority of my own experience. This morning I was talking to one of the boys and I was telling why we made this education, higher education free. Because when we were studying, even though Amma was the sole breadwinner, with great difficulty getting educated, 3 children educated in higher education was not her cup of tea. I knew it. However, education was free in Puttaparthi, Vrindavan, so education part was looked after. But the hostel part was not looked after there. Even to pay us something as meager as 5,000 rupees a semester, or sometimes it's 7,500 with deficits, was a humongous task. Fortunately, there were scholarships from the government where she was working, and that helped us to survive through this whole thing. Otherwise, it was not possible. But today, once you have completely surrendered to the divine, your material and spiritual needs both are looked after. Once upon a time, this is a simple private thing I'm sharing with you. We had been to Kanyakumari. There this Vivekananda rock is there, Vivekananda Memorial Rock. Some of you might have seen. And Vivekananda had a very tough life. You see, he was born in a rich family, but they became poor. Once his father died, they were on roads. And it seems that they had, mother and sister had only one sari, so if mother comes out, sister won't come out. If sister comes out, then mother can't come out because they will wrap the same sari around and come out. That was the poverty and penury. And some king used to give some sponsorship, and that's how they were surviving. So when I went to Vivekananda Memorial, I was standing in front of that big statue of Swami Vivekananda, very majestic. And suddenly the statue spoke to me. He was there in spirit. And he looked at all around and said, "Is this your family?" And that time, yes, I used to call them as a family. Now whole world is my family. But then I said, "Yes." "Is this your mother?" I said, "Yes." Then he said, "See, the way your guru has looked after your family, my guru did not look after." What could I say to such a great jnani? I just was spellbound, I was dumbstruck, I was just silent. So well God looks after you if you just surrender. And He gives you happiness both of the material world and all the greater spiritual world, Iha Para. And I've heard Narasimhamurti speak any number of times how God has looked after his family of 11 children. You know, everybody's settled well and he's the happiest, he's got a purpose and nothing lacks in the lives. Don't own anything, yet everything belongs to you. You have no family members to call your own, but whole world becomes your family. And what a redeeming life that is. You have to be that to know that. That's how I can say. You can't imagine also the joy of our lives. You have to be that. So somebody who lives like this, I know this shloka is 100% true. And I am the living example of this shloka. 100% true it is. And if anybody else wants to try this out, please try it out. You will never be disappointed. So, ananyas chintayanto ma. This is the power of surrender. This is the power of one-pointed devotion. This is the power of complete instrumentation. The Lord takes over all your responsibility. There's a beautiful poem, somewhere it was written, there are 2 sets of footprints on the sand. We all know that. At one point in time, there is only one set of footprints. The devotee said, "Lord, did you desert me during my most difficult times?" Then the Lord said, "No, that set of footprints that you see, they are mine. I was carrying you." That is the story of a surrendered devotee. And that's why I'm so very enamored, so very appreciative of this shloka of Krishna. Of course, it comes with one T&C terms and conditions, which is ananyas chintayantuma. Think of me all the time. Don't beg around from others for your welfare. I will take care, give it to me, the responsibility, give charge to me and I will take charge of your life. Please learn this, and all you people who are here and those who will listen to it later, this shloka is the essence of true devotion, true faith. Anybody who does that, whichever Lord you worship, whichever form you worship, whichever name you worship, that particular name form will respond to your prayer and look after you. I move on to this, the Krishna also goes to say, ye api anya devata bhakta yante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. People who remember or pray to other gods also, they also worship me only at the end. but not in a proper vidhi, not in a proper way. What does he mean? Suppose you have some problem, go to the head of that department. If you go to the clerk and the chaprasi, he is not going to solve your problem. So approach me in the right way, Krishna is saying. Approach the Supreme in the right way. Go to the minister if there is a problem. Don't go to the clerk. Clerk will take everything and won't do the work also. Now, I'm not sure of ministers too, but idea is to go to the person who is responsible for it, who can do it. Why go and waste your time running behind all kinds of devatas and this and that? A lot of type of devotions are there. You might know that some people go to all kinds of small and big soothsayers and things like that, and all kinds of demigods, and we have plenty in India. Gods are more than the population. That is the way it is. But why do we go and worship? For silly petty things we go and worship. Krishna says, just directly reach out to that Supreme. Why do you go here and then waste your time? So that is the idea, that you reach out. That doesn't mean that everybody starts writing emails to me now. In the ashram, there is a protocol, there are departments, they look after everything. Please write to them. No, I will reach out. You taught me. Reach out straight to the Supreme. Then my email will be flooded. Already is getting flooded. So remember, that idea is that is not the right way to worship me, saying Krishna. Don't go for your petty, silly desires to small gods here and there. That is also okay. At least you are on the path. You are not an atheist. That is better than not being not devoted at all. But that's not right way.